With Nottingham Forest still linked to Ibrahim Sangare, is he the perfect signing for Nottingham Forest? In today's video, we'll be going through his strengths, his weaknesses, and why we think at FFTV he would be a perfect fit for us. So welcome to the Scout Report. Good morning, good evening, or good night, wherever in the world you are. Whatever time of day you're watching this, hope you're having a fantastic day. Welcome to a slightly different video. As I mentioned in the intro, we'll be covering off Sangare and talking about, well, 3 key points. How does he tackle? How's his interceptions? We'll look at his composure on the ball. We'll look at his vision and passing, and we'll look as well at his finishing. So plenty to come in this video. If you enjoy this type of content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, and grab your tickets if you haven't already for the FFTV live podcast happening on the 6th of August at the Trent Nav. Doors will open from 3 p.m. and it's only £5 for entry. All right, let's jump into this and let's start with how good he is at tackling and intercepting. Okay, so let's start taking a look at a few of his clips in terms of tackling and interceptions. The first thing I want to point out is just look how high up he's playing. This is in the opponent's half. He's pushed really high and he's closing them down beautifully. And that's what I really like about him. And look at this aggression when he goes in. He's going to come in. He's the wrong side of the player here, but it doesn't matter because physically he's an absolute specimen of a man. In he goes, puts his foot in, doesn't give up on it. Gets across, gets a little tackle in, and then PSV can go. And from that, they create themselves a nice chance and a nice goal. Nice, quick, all derived by what? His high press and the pressure that he adds onto the player. And there's many more examples. Look at this. Straight in he goes, forcing the play to turn over. And then this one, I love this one. Just the size differential between them. Look at the size of that unit. Swats the player off like he's a fly. Not even there. But what I love, what he does so often is this next bit. And again, this isn't something you see in many players. Many players would win the ball, be quite happy with it, dust themselves off, pat themselves down, and then look to play the pass. Look how quickly he is here. He wins the ball straight away, looking up, looking for the quick transition. And this is why he would work well in what, even in Cooper's style that we currently have now, where say what you want about it, but we saw towards the end of the season, the transitions were very quick from defense to attack. And he becomes, and if he were to come in, would be the catalyst of this movement, where he's changing the ball over, the transition from defense to attack very quickly. Got the tackle in, head up, and bang, he's moving it on his way. Look at that again, straight in with the tackle, in he goes. Wins it, bang, foot in she goes. Always just there, plotting away and just getting these tackles in. This is what we are missing, that bite in midfield. Yes, we have it in the likes of Yates, but Yates can't transition the play as quickly as someone like Ibrahim Sangare can. And you can see it right here when he wins the ball, bang, on he goes, he's on his bike. Look at that, straight in, doesn't break stride, doesn't break play. If he has the opportunity to carry the ball in that transition, he does it extremely quick. And then bang, the pass is put away and on he goes. He can sometimes be a little aggressive with his tackles, as I've got in this example. As you can see, he goes flying in. Yeah, now, yes, he does win the ball. It is controlled. But that, for me, would be one of the elements that worries me about him, is that over-eagerness and that over-physicality of trying to win the ball at a stretch. Now, he's very good at timing it, as I just mentioned. But in the Premier League, where the pace is a bit quicker, this could turn into a few yellows or maybe even the odd red card or two. But overall, he tends to time it at the right time. But can he adapt that into the Premier League? That really is the one question you can have about him. So let's run this through and show you a couple more of examples of, look, high tackle, high turnover, and then head up, straight away, looking for the ball, plays it through, and this creates a goal for PSV. Again, same with this, wins it deep in his pitch this time. But look at the vision. Ball straight over the top. Imagine a Jono running through on this, or a Taiwo or something like that. This is what I love to see from him. If we carry on here and have a look at his composure on the ball, he's never ever worried to keep that ball, even with pressure and men around him. Got a decent turn for a big guy. He really does. And look how he can progress the ball forward. Look how deep he is in his half here, taking on players, then finding the pass. This is the composure that we've been missing in the Forest team. He can pick it up from anywhere, absolutely calm and collected. And throughout the whole season, what we've been seeing is panic football with our midfielders, where as soon as they get the ball, the first thought in their mind is get rid of it forward into the channel, into Jono, etc. What you see here is he will take his time. He will use his physicality to hold other players off. And then when the time is right, look for the correct pass. Look at this, takes on the player, looks up. Of course, he goes behind me here. And then same again here, calm on the ball, easy passes every single time, lays it off, plays the right ball out into the space. So overall, he ticks the box for aggression, for tackling, but also for the transition and a good pass as well. And let's look at a few examples now of his vision and passing in a bit more detail. So again, surrounded by men here, uses his strength, uses his physicality, knocks the ball and continues the run. And for me, this pass is fantastic. Why? Because he has the couple of options. If we bring this clip back here and I just pause it to you at this point here. Now, a lot of players, what they would do is just play a nice square ball into the player here. He's got the vision to be aware and see the other pass that's available, which is the more difficult pass and the longer pass across the field. And he doesn't take the simpler pass. Why? Because he knows that this player here potentially will be marked from one player and then this one can come in and close him down as an example. Whereas the person out here on the left wing will have more space to run into and should be able to at least derive a chance on goal. And that's exactly what happens here. Ball comes through, perfectly weighted, slotted, well, should have been slotted into the back of the net there. Again, look at the ball over the top. This really does suit Forest style. And this is why I really do like him and almost why I'm putting him ahead of Tyler Adams. Imagine, again, the players we have with the pace. If we still have Jono at the start of the season, if we have Taiwo, someone who can bring that ball accurately over the defensive line into the spaces. Because what happens with the style of football we play, because we're low blocking, what tends to happen is their defensive line plays higher up. And what that allows is gaps in behind for the likes of Jono, MG Dub, Owanyi, whoever it might be with pace to run into that space. But it needs that person who can find that pass. And Sangare, for me, has an excellent passing range as well. Lovely ball in there. Again, more examples here that we can look at. His Sangare, step over, makes the run, looks up, cuts it back, creates a chance. It's that driving force that we've been crying out for all season. Lovely through ball again into the space. And you see this even through the lines. He'll play a nice threaded through ball here. He should have finished that. This one is the one I want to show you guys. This is what we see a lot of in Forest. This channel ball coming down this right-hand side into Jono. We see it time in, time out during the season. But the accuracy has been questionable. And look at this one for accuracy. Right into the channel, right into the space. Absolutely perfect for the right winger to get onto. So he has that passing range. He has that vision. More and more clips. I'll keep them going in the background for you guys. But look at him taking his time there and then finding the right pass, then following it up. And again, he's just constantly, he's one of these players that has the knack of being in the right position at the right time. Wins the ball, looks up, looks for the pass, not quite on, waits for it, then threads one through. Really is exciting. If Forest could get hold of him, it would be fantastic and just exactly what we need for this team. Okay, so he can pass, he can defend, he can tackle, but can he shoot and score goals? The answer is yes. What a bullet this one is. Look at that from here. Bang, edge of the box. Lovely shape, lovely composure. Bang, in she goes. An absolute screamer into the top corner. So that's one of his goals. Look, he's not a striker. He's not going to get you 15, 20 goals a season, but he's not afraid to shoot from distance, and he will pick up a few decent goals. Great presence in the air as well. Look at the leap he has on him. Gets in front of the players from a corner. Again, something we scored a couple of goals on and from this season, or last season, should I say, but not something we've really utilized on. Maybe because we need a better corner taker. but meets the ball well in the air, got a good leap on him, already decent height, decent physique, and bang, in she goes from the corner. So maybe if we do get him, we could get a nice few cheap goals like that. I like him. I like everything about him. A few more goals here, another one up in the air, headed down, bang, follows it up in the right place at the right time. Again, back post, crossed in, he gets the 1-yarder. So not only is he defensively minded, but knows when the right time is to break into the box. At the moment, we've only really got Danilo, who will commit past the attackers and go past them into the opposition's box. Yes, Yatesy does it occasionally, but it hasn't been as effective as, say, Danilo has throughout the season. So Sangare, even though plays as a CDM, will push forward, and that really does excite me a lot. Got the international caps as well. I think he's got about 31 or so. But this player, guys, is probably exactly what Nottingham Forest need. So those are his attributes, his strengths. As I mentioned in that video, the only thing that worries me about him is his ability to maybe overcommit into a challenge. And how does he adapt that into the Premier League? For me, I think he will adapt absolutely fine. Forest, if you're listening, pay the 34 million or whatever it is, get him, because he is absolutely perfect for us. What do you guys think? As always, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new. We'll see you on the next one, and come on, you Reds.